years and Kenya, so that we could do more than what we do. That is what is supposed to be. So life is supposed to be with hope. And we can't live in a hopeless situation. Say so na enyina ntimi yeyire ho na enye de sefata na emre bia no so ne sakaibo titiri de ekoso e Middle East, America, Israel and Iran and all those things. Yamfan kompaibo because so far as it has to do with these countries that we look forward and we have some relations with them, directly or indirectly it might affect us. Modiana yentimi embompaya na entimi embo empenyu fono so mbe nhye bia enkoya ade ebe high, because the issue of inflation, the issue of fuel increment, the issue of nyama bebre wanhwe ye na etwaso sana betimi ahadwin pa ntinoma ye nyina embomodiana yembompae, because onim de course I say ye kai kra no, we are not even supposed to be affected, but somehow our Ghanaian soldiers in Lebanon, yes, according to the news, it says some of our Ghanaian men and women in uniform who are there on UN mission were also affected. Intino nyina no so no yerebebramo anope ewo yedwumadi so ADEKYE NHYIRA ena mutie etiefo aha ena Baraka FM 98.7 FM, the station with the blessing. Yeah, shall with the daily graphic. The work at the daily graphic was a 24-hour economy outfit signs take off energy deal, 2,000 megawatt drive industrialization. Yes, we air the front page headlines of the daily graphic. First Lady urges action to advance gender equality. Yeah, Lordina Mahama. Yes, someone saw the birthday. She's also a match born. So how condemn attack on UN peacekeepers. Foreign Minister presses Commonwealth. We air Honorable Okujoto Ablakwa, Foreign Minister. Maternal vaccines roll out feasible, and also the story is on page 16 of the daily graphic. Daily guidance was the citizens judge cost of living, not inflation. We air upon Kruma. Reining in the illegal mining through government intervention. Fraud boy pleads guilty to $10 million. Hey, some $10 million US romance scam in US. Women's leadership strengthen national development. We are a vice president, Her Excellency Nana Jane, Professor Nana Jane Opoku. Now, 4 Ghanaians injured in Lebanon. UN mission base attacked. Mumayan Konen Kuti, Honorable Felix Kwachufosu, Ono Kasamafo, Emma Abain, and also MP. Mumayan Tino. On the Oka FR this particular issue of attacks on our Ghanaian soldiers who are far away in Lebanon on UN mission. Yes, let's listen to Honorable Felix Kwachufosu.
Condemnable action, totally unacceptable.
Baraka
it violates all norms of reason and international law. No country is allowed to behave with such impunity and set about attacking non-combatants, people who have not shown any aggression, who are in fact there to keep the peace. And they've done this for decades. And it is very well known. It is an internationally recognized activity that they are engaging in. The activities do not pose any threat whatsoever to anybody within the region to warrant such an attack. And therefore, as the country whose troops have been at the receiving end of this attack, we need to take it very seriously. That's why we brought this formal complaint.
Yes, we are Honorable Felix Kwachufosu, Foreign Minister, so on also air pushy from the side of the Commonwealth. Say in the NTV and Frisa and Commonwealth. The custodian newspaper see minority calls for job creation as Ghana marks 69 years of independence. 69th year independence celebration at Koso on Friday. The except of some of the places our eyes caught, we would bring you some of the things that went on with regards to the Independence Day celebrations. Traders, barbers, hairdressers cry over high light bills, and Usain Bolt meters. Hey, that's all. Mahama Double speaks on impacts of external shocks on Ghana. President to visit South Korea to boost bilateral ties. NPP USA branch elections. Why engineer James Asari Bediako will be the next branch chairman. Stanbic Bank supports chief imam for Ramadan activities. The Ghanaian publisher, being an MP is a thankless job. Kwachi Fusu. Hey, yes, quoting. Yes. The Ghanaian publisher, see, minority seeks answers on sinking fund. Jospon CEO demands Ghana Web retraction. Mahama reimposes travel ban after SOE defiance. Just say, see there, uko research, uko de oninyina no say akonya no ewo ho say ube no hadia, and it's better to do it here than thinking of going outside. Why? Because according to the president, or saying to me, enkati some of the friends in expenditure are here. Professor Kwesi Yanka writes the farmers' haircuts and Nanado's stone. And so we can find a story on page 4 of the Ghanaian publisher. The News Center on the government U-turn on nursing admissions imposes quota up to 72.73% despite pledge to scrap intake limit. Place Ghana above personal interest. We Yeman Penix Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Vanishing electricity credits hits small businesses hard. We should air the story that you can find on page 8 of the newspaper. Don't let politics break lifelong relationships. We air Honorable Julius Debra. Yes, the a friend is saying. Yes, Honorable Julius Debra, Chief of Staff. MTN Ghana Foundation hands over 50 million Ghana cedi A&E block to Ho Teaching Hospital. Very, very beautiful, very, very colorful your friends and building out there. The new publisher, or say speaker, MPs reject riding bicycle to parliament. And you can see Honorable Demelo on bicycle, even though he's not heading towards parliament, because this is something I saw way back when he was doing something in his constituency. Confess how they weep in silence over no cash. Ghanaian soldiers bombed. One undergoes hips and leg surgery. High electricity bills killing businesses. Dondo MP for Old Tafo grabs sweet wife. Hey, wow. Vincent Echo. See there. You know, so Wabeka Mema. No, a bachelor pa. I'm so waji captain or bachelor degree. You see there. You can find a full detail of his story on page 6 of the newspaper. The new publisher, Edisa Samuesu Ediaba. The National Voice newspaper, or see from Doomsaw to high power cost, People's Forum exposes broken pledges on affordable power. Cocoa price cuts sparks outrage among farmers. Rekindles wage policy debate. The Source newspaper sees Zoomlion MD honored at the 11th Ghana Women of Excellence Award. Ejibambedu calls for legal reforms to drive change in Africa. 4 persons sue Egypt Air for negligence. Feed Ghana. Ahiagba files RTI for government spending details. IERPP boss queries government economic policy choices. And also the graphics person also beat Panama first, then shock England. And also a free year's World Cup formula. They opens brother accounts. Teza career reveal in Black Queen's triumph. And also that's the graphic sports. Daily Analyst newspaper honestly Ghana could have done much better consistency. We Patrick Boama. Mahama bans foreign travels for SOEs. Board investing in women drives national progress. We First Lady, Her Excellency Lordina Mahama. Mahama to embark on 5-day working visit to South Korea. MCE pledges stronger action against Galamsey. GJA president calls for global action to empower women. The Chronicle newspaper see new traffic management at Tetekwashi. Okay, I think the expansion that is ongoing. At Tetekwashi, that is what is calling for this. You say, motorists, more drive echo towards Tetekwashi no mention so because they say no, they won't can say, they are going to change the direction of the traffic light. Russia, Ukraine, and US-Iran war. Mahama trapped by his own words. AU appoint Ghanaian man as ambassador for Agenda 2063. NPP USA branch elections. Janice Asari Bediako poised to lead as a chairman. Family of Sami Jemfi in-law grateful to sympathizers. Daily Democrats or say Kibi Goldfields accused of neglecting development obligations. Yes. Boy Edu under scrutiny over Cocoa Board BMW. Hey, Asamo. Do your part for Ghana. Mahama urges citizens. Just do your part. Your work as a manager, your work as a cleaner, your work as a shoemaker, your work as a driver. Don't compare. Just do your own. And focus and do it well. And now, penny or two in Ghana's tax system from a gender lens. Mahama begins 5-day working visit to Korea. Northeast NDC backs Abdullah Malik Divan. The Ghanaian Point newspaper say injured Ghanaian peacemakers undergo surgery after missile strike on UN base in Lebanon, retracts and apologizes over Cocoa Board story or face lawsuit. We Adjustment CEO wants Ghana Werb. Hotel guest houses in Kohu fully booked ahead of 2026 Kohu Business Forum. And on the Honorable Julius Debra, Chief of Staff, Nifoni Adiabata, sa story. Some guy say last year it was really something that was very historic, very strategic in terms of the business approach to that particular festivity. Earlier, it was just for tourists. Ghana phones but this time round, it is something that really the government is taking it to a different turn where you can take advantage and get hold of some business connections and also start your own businesses. Or if you're already a businessman, then that is a very huge platform for you. And I don't know, ni publicity and a newspaper say, yeah, say guest houses in hotels there. Oh, I am one quantama one here. Unya baby. Empowering women is strategic investment. Vice President marks International Women's Day. And also, let me use this opportunity to make shout out for one of our young, energetic young lady. In fact, she was a journalist. She was with Joy FM for some time ago. Safia Murtala. Yes, she organized one of the maiden edition of our Muslim women who are in various industry. It was remarkable. Yes, during the weekend, as part of the International Women's Day celebrations. Safia Murtala, this one is for you. Yeah, you've done well. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to bless you. Yeah, so she did that on behalf of Ikra Radio. Yes, you know, she's also hosting a program on Ikra Radio. So that is what is happening. And our own sister is also coming up with something, but this one is strictly by invitation. There will be some confusion or chaos. Empowering women strategic investment. We any day, your Professor Nana Jane. Also, he said this in relation to the International Women's Day that was marked during the weekend. Mahama begins 4-day working visit to South Korea to deepen bilateral ties. The Source newspaper and so saying Ajimambedu calls for legal reforms to drive change in Africa. 4 persons sue Egypt Air for negligence. I think I've already taken this much earlier. The graphic business was saying GAT chokes local banks as funding cost balloons to 732 million Ghana cedi. And on the finance minister Nfoni Adiabata sa story. Government moves to resume long-term domestic bond issuance. Ghana's 2026 FIFA World Cup ambitions: 14 million Ghana cedi investment with new financial reforms. And also Scancom 2025 performance report: Momo Powers MTN Ghana revenue to 6 billion Ghana cedi. The new crusading guide was the minority demands finance minister's return to parliament over sinking fund concerns. 18 months after demolition, displacement, Lomote family calls for publications of funding and institutional action. I was so broke that I called my wife for 500 Ghana cedi to buy fuel. We Honorable Felix Kwachufusu, this assembly Etuja. He was saying he said this when he was having his turn during the program on weekend. NHYIRA reaffirm commitment for universal health coverage. Yes, we a deputy CEO, Mr. Rahel, deputy CEO and administration and HR of National Health Insurance. And all this assembly to judge. Government freezes foreign travel for SOE officials, public institutions, and boards. Minority pressures finance minister over sinking fund allocations. The issue of this debt funding and all that. Let's go and listen to the former CJ. Yes, former CJ, who is also now a member of state, Council of State. Sorry. That is Sophia Akufu. She was also talking in relation to our debt issues.
The room that everybody will pretend is not there is going to be how many people will really opt to go to take this bond after me, because when you put the country into disrepute, it takes time, because trust once lost, it's hard to get it back.
We former CJ, yes, she said there's only soka penny for our motto a man penny, Excellency John Domani Mahama or Motunofo. Yeah, so she's also a member of Council of State. Yeah, she's talking about our debt management and how the confidence in banking system is saying to take some time for us to have a stability. BNFT newspaper, yes. Also then, Olam Agri inaugurates $40 million state-of-the-art pasta manufacturing facility. Ghana climbs Africa trade rankings as reforms restore investor trade confidence. Government signs debt restructuring agreement with Belgium. Without government interventions, illegal mining will fester. And also, the Herald newspaper, a terrible land dispute linked to Queen Mother's brutal murder. Amantin Chief's driver, relative, others arrested. Yes, and you could see those who were arrested, and then the picture of our IGP. Carl Powership pushes gender inclusion in the energy sector, offers careers insight for female engineering student. Siawa Japan distance his 40 companies from cocoa boards, $48 million questionable jute sack deal. Hey, you wondered Ghanaian peacemakers undergo medical training after Israel missile attack. GMTF boss urges tender committee to protect public purse. The Inquisitor newspaper, alleged assault on DCE in 2019. Nana Ayu's case still hanging. Nana Ayu. Ghana is bigger than all of us. President Mahama and on this assembly to Elsie Upper writes the gender perspective of Ghana's tax system. COS leads 2026 Index Day Run walk at the University of Ghana. You can see, yes, Honorable Julius Debra and his men on the ground as they are doing the walk. The CEO of the National Chamber of Commerce also what is happening in the industry. Okay, honorable, honorable CEOs, they are not honorables. Okay, yes, Mr. Mark. Sometimes
quite 0.1% or so that you see a banking sector sitting back and observing what to happen. But to have, I think, about over 3% or so reduction in the Ghana reference rate, I don't think that the bank should wait even for a minute. That today, tomorrow, if I walk to the bank as a business person and I have a good business project that I need a loan facility to be able to invest in, I should see a reduction in the lending rate from the 2021 to about 15%. That's what we're expecting from the bank.
All right, so we ended here on also Eddie Tuja. The issue of farmers. Someone said, yeah. The issue of farmers. Someone said, there's some issue coming up. The rice you are consuming in particular, someone said, Dudona, they are imported from Philippines, from Thailand, from Himfa. Meanwhile, you have rice farmers in this country who are producing a very nutritious rice. Some of the rice that we consume, that comes to our table before you consume them, some of them have been expired. The fact is that some of them are not even made for human consumption. But unfortunately, because of our importers, our business guys, that's the only alternative. Even though you're from Manoni, but Ghana had na esenibo adding kakra. Until we paying for title a buying share senebea, we can consume more of our local rice. And there has been an order for the purchase of, in fact, to give preference in terms of say import rice. Now there's going to be an alternative, and that's why we have the your friend is saying one of the leadership of Rice Farmers Association also coming strongly on governments on this particular issue. Say, directives need the but pass a bejuma and in assembly and we Dr. Charles Nyaba also he spoke as the leader of the local farmers in this country with regards to this particular issue. They applaud, they want it, but the only can say yama directives now do not ensure that any juma until we about for produce rice.
President, the bodies that
Baraka FM,
they never heeded. We were expecting that since the president himself knew that his appointees are failing him, the first thing for him to have done is to actually investigate, and if those people have to be set aside for new leadership to take over, then we would have been excited. We will actually be happy for the president to look for an independent body to execute this. But to rely on the same appointees in the past who disappointed us to do the same thing, it will not make any difference.
But it will not make any difference because your man Penyima directive say omunya emfa. Because as we speak, most of the district assemblies, most of the MPs, they are also sharing rice to people, sugar and what have you. But this thing that they are sharing, is it locally produced? So who are buying and I say man Penyima directives. Now who are buying on this and why not person or DM so and on Okasa he doesn't trust the appointees because no fi kwase anka ebe anka se mampeni on the country omomfo ana se on decide brand so no in the country omo so na new directives aba in all cases no media me can say yeah consumers no ye kona ekoto a nyembo modi say be nhwem ehun say which of them is local. That is one is more nutritious because pano the no kofa ba the business no ye but wo beto no so wapom very very paramount in this okono koto cheap the see the ma poultry farmers kura friends say enkoko kura na omundi na enu na wo pese odi na media one yana wakochin yare bebre adiabre. Yes, there is one of our own who has also been celebrated for her philanthropy work. In fact, later on the day, we'll bring you excerpts of what he has done that called for these particular awards. And he received the award on the 69th Independence Day celebration that took place on Friday across the country. In NHYIRA, they are also at the northern side of Ghana. Sheikh Imam Mutawakil, he is the CEO of Race for Aid. In the moment, how the assembly, the municipal chief executive, and those in this particular municipality sticks to award him for establishing a school that now the school has become one that everybody within the community look for. So let's go.
To do us the honors, I humbly invite Assistant Superintendent of the Immigration in the person of ASI Nasir Aminu.
Baraka FM.
So this is an award. Later on, we will have the excerpt for you on our Facebook page. Hopefully.
Imam, may you still wait. At this juncture, again, the one funding the project, Dr. Abdallah, is in UAE, United Arab Emirates. And unfortunately, he has not been able to come. So he has
Baraka FM.
Race for Aid to take it on their behalf. So now, Chair, we will want the district chief executive. We want the district chief executive to give this award to Dr. Abdallah. Under the public category.
So, sir, when we say we are part of the 6-March celebration that took place, some of the students who even did well at the parade, the cadets, the scouts, and all those things were awarded. In fact, some of the students at the basic level were awarded nationally by His Excellency, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. So all these things took place across the length and breadth of Ghana. So today, before we move on to our interview sections, that will come up with some interesting vibes, inshallah. We want to remind you, some of the excerpts that took place in some of the municipalities about the 69th Independence Day that was marked on Friday, which is holiday. So this morning, we'll bring you excerpts so that via our Facebook and our YouTube page, you can also have take a look at what happened. Yes, among them is the one that we just played for you, where Sheikh Imam Mutawakil and Dr. Abdallah, who works with the United Nations, far away in the United Arab Emirates, were awarded in the municipality. You are called for a short break. Yaba na yafa the Independence Anniversary segments. And Sani in our main interview for today.
أجمل الأنبياء يا أكمل الأصفياء يا خاتم الرسل ما أحلاك في قلبي يا أجمل الأنبياء يا أكمل الأصفياء يا خاتم دون